Namaskar. For the past week or so, maybe a couple of weeks, I've discovered a beautiful gem that brings me instant calmness and peace, and which I find also very useful when I want to get rid of some thoughts that I don't want. And it is simply repeating the word Sattvaguna. For those of you who know what that means, then you will understand immediately. For those of you who don't know, according to yoga philosophy and Ayurveda, everything has a combination of three different energies: Sattvaguna, Rajoguna, and Tamoguna. And I looked up the definitions of them in Wikipedia, and here they are. Sattva is the quality of balance, harmony, goodness, purity, universalizing, holistic, constructive, creative, building, positive attitude, luminous, serenity, beingness, peaceful, virtuous. What, in one word, Sattvaguna, all those beautiful qualities. Rajas, the second energy, is the quality of passion, activity, neither good nor bad, and sometimes either one. Self-centeredness, egoistic, individualizing, driven, moving, dynamic. And the third energy, Tamoguna, is the quality of imbalance, disorder, chaos, anxiety, impure, destructive, delusion, negative, dull or inactive, apathy, inertia or lethargy, violent, vicious, ignorant. So all of those three energies are present in varying degrees in everything. And the proportions of them are what make up the quality of things. So that which has more sattva has more of those qualities. That which has more rajas has more of those qualities, etc. And our own minds are in states dominated at different times in different conditions. So at some times our mind might be dominated by the subtle goodness and purity of sattva. At other times it might be dominated by the passionate activity of rajas. At other times it might be dominated by the dullness and lethargy of tamoguna. So coming back to our basic principle that we become what we focus on, by simply focusing on that thought of sattva, sattvaguna, our mind goes to all those qualities: stillness, serenity, pureness, goodness, and we become what we think about. So just by taking up such a word, contemplating it, thinking about it, putting your attention on it, instantly we tune in and connect with those qualities. And I found it very pleasurable just to a calm, quiet, spiritual sort of pleasure to contemplate that word whenever it comes to my mind. As often, and as I'm enjoying it very much, I'm doing it more and more. But I also found it extremely useful when I want to get rid of some negative thought, or if I feel rajas or tamas in my mind and I want to change that. So simply by directing my mind towards the thought of sattva, the quality of my mind is changed because immediately I'm focusing on something subtle and beautiful. And I experienced that transition instantly. I remember a discourse of our master, Sri Sri Ananda Murti, which is called Taking the Opposite Stance in Battle. And he says, whenever you are attacked by something, take the opposite stance, the opposite posture, or do the opposite. And so whenever our mind is attacked by tamoguna or rajoguna, rather than trying to push it away, which is some kind of negative attention, we need to divert the mind in a new direction. And here, the opposite of tamoguna is sattvaguna, or the counteracting response to rajoguna is sattvaguna. So in terms of strategy of how to deal with negativity, this is perfect. Now, as I said, for me, because I've long been familiar with those words, the association is instant. But for those of you who are not familiar with that word, of course, you won't get the same effect. So you can choose any of those beautiful qualities, goodness, purity, balance, harmony, serenity, and just focus on that word. And I remember a couple of months ago, I was focusing on the word purity, finding the same effect. And it evolved into Sattvaguna. I think the advantage of using the Sanskrit rather than the English or your own language, there's advantages and disadvantages. If you use your own language, then you immediately know the meaning. However, if you use the Sanskrit, somehow the energetic qualities or the sound qualities and the vibration of the word Sattvaguna are actually linked with the quality itself. So the sound and the quality are connected. So there it is. If I take that word in my mind now, Sattvaguna, immediately I get this lovely, smooth, calm vibration, which is such a pleasant state to be in. So give it a try. I'm sure you will enjoy it and find it very helpful. Namaskar. Have a good week.